We often talk about children when in connection with ADHD, but there are millions of adults living with ADHD and struggling with it every day. Dr. Nikki Crawford joins us to talk about living with ADHD as an adult and being successful while living with it, successful at work and successful at home. Dr. Crawford, thank you for being here.
Sure.
You specialize in living with ADHD, hoarding, organization. You're also a life coach. Tell us about how not being organized has a real ripple effect, not only professionally but personally.
Yeah, it can be a real point of strain in relationships because if your vision of how things should be and the things that you keep and the importance of them, that can differ greatly from your spouses. And so I work with a lot of couples actually that's a big point of conflict for them.
One of them has ADHD, the other person is their partner.
Yes.
Do you find that once there is a diagnosis and a plan, that you see their whole dynamic change?
Yes, because I think if you don't know that you have ADHD, but you have all these behaviors that are troublesome for you and for the people that you're living with or working with, somehow the diagnosis gives you an anchor from which to live. And so you don't have to blame yourself for particular behaviors anymore. It's the way your brain works.
You were born wired that way.
Right.
When it comes to decluttering, where do you begin? When you're so overwhelmed and you're swamped, how do you tell your patients to begin?
Yeah, the best place to begin is whichever place looks the easiest to begin. And that's such a great thing because so it may be a kitchen counter or a junk drawer or even just a corner of a bookshelf, but just pick the easiest place to go so you can start with some momentum.
Bite-sized portions.
Absolutely,
like
bite-sized.
Chunk it up
Yes.
into bite-sized portions. Do you need to schedule your sorting sessions?
Yes, absolutely. So commit to yourself how many sorting sessions you might want to do in a week, maybe 3 or 4. Put those in your calendar and just schedule them for about 25 minutes at a time. We know from brain research that 25 minutes is a sweet spot of focus.
Not 30, not 20, 25?
25, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so after the 25 minutes, give yourself a break. Give yourself like a 10-minute break and then go back to it.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and you might also want to recruit some friendly accountability. So let a friend know that you're going to do this because they can kind of help hold you accountable and just check in with you to see how it's going.
What would your advice be to the partner of someone who has ADHD?
I think getting an agreement on the whole scope of what is to be done in the house, so the partner who doesn't have ADHD can see, we're going to deal with all of this. It may take a while, but it's on the books to deal with.
What do you mean when you say complete tasks completely?
That's such a great, it's a great strategy. So when you think about a particular task that you have, like doing laundry, so consider that part of doing laundry is actually putting your clothes away.
Oh, so you don't have just baskets and baskets and baskets of dry laundry?
Yes, so you can sleep on your bed, you can sit down in your bedroom, laundry's not stacked up. So another great one is when you're coming home from work, part of your routine is to put your keys in the same place every time you come home.
Got it. And stay on track. So complete tasks completely, that would then, you say probably don't multitask?
Yes.
Monotask?
Monotask, yes. And that's the #1 way you can keep from creating more clutter for yourself.
Dr. Nikki Crawford, thank you for being here. This is such good advice and guidance for people living with ADHD as adults.